go ahead and jump on in. Resurgence going to be on your blue side. Nova on the red. To start things off here, RSG banning away the magical cat. Not a bad idea, especially when you're playing against Pop. Filioso will remain 100% pick and ban.
Yeah, totally understandable, as well as the priority ban on Zoe, of course, has been a spicy pick for both, for all of the teams actually that we've encountered so far in day number 1, and as well as Ornn. So it makes me wonder what they're going to leave out open, because a lot of teams have decided to, hey, it's fine to leave out open the Soraka, because so far it hasn't been performing as expected.
Let's see, Zoe banned out here away from G4. The Ornn as well. No Ornn in the top lane. That means there's only one forbidden pick still available. That's either going to be the Soraka, whether or not it's going to be picked up or banned away here by Nova. Oh, they're going to get rid of Senna instead, as the Elise was banned out on the side of RSG, trying to take that one away from Ryan.
Yeah, RSG was a blue side last time? Oh no, they were red side on the first game.
First
so
game, second game they were blue.
Blue side, so they're going to definitely pick up Misfortune, which they're going to lock
so
in.
much misfortune. Oh, I'm getting bored of it. There's only so many bullet time calls you can make. Oh, Renekton again, though, for Rocky. And we mentioned Rocky is disgusting if he can get ahead on the damn champion. So let's see whether or not he actually goes for it.
Yeah, RSG are absolutely comfortable with this threat on Rocky for sure, as they've expected this pick like a mile away. Meanwhile, Mixed Cross on the Kalista.
So he was practicing that during the warm-ups earlier today, so I think Mixed Cross aiming to go for that, but we're going to see Gengar coming out on the Rek'Sai, and Raven says bring out my LeBlanc once again. It was okay in their second match, but we'll see how it pairs up against G4, which has been a powerhouse of C when it comes to the mid lane.
Looks like Ryan's going to be deciding to just opt for the Gragas, which he used yesterday as well, I believe.
Yes.
If my memory serves me right. Yeah.
Ryan had some really good ultimates that helped catch out. I think it was usually the AD carry in the fights against Talon. They were able to get Kaiwing and Unified out of position. Let's see here, though. Blind picking the Renekton. Does Nova just ban away the Quinn? I feel like they have to. They knew what happened last time they left that one open back at Worlds. Meanwhile, RSG getting rid of the Thresh, so Pop not going to have his favorite champ here. Oh, and also a Morgana ban, so we're actually seeing a decent chunk of the support pool being shredded through. Still Nautilus, still Braum on the table. We'll see whether or not RSG want to ban away one of those, but that does open first pick over to Nova. They instead opt to get rid of the Cassiopeia.
Now that Pop, I believe, has used... No, Nova has played 2 games so far. Yesterday. Now let's see, of course, gonna opt for Blitzcrank is open if RSG decides to take it. But I wonder though,
you might as well go
Braum instead. Yeah.
Braum, I guess, can intercept a couple projectiles. There isn't a whole lot. He's just mainly there to try and soak up some damage from the Kalista. And yeah, making it all the way through was the set. So Resurgence is going to last pick that for themselves and get that up for Shinsukai in the top lane to try and see whether or not he can punch the Gator. So we're going to have ourselves Lissandra coming out for G4.
Oh, I liking this pick coming from G4. Once again, he's the type that decides to, he has a wide champion pool, so he doesn't really want to, he strays away from whatever people is picking. And that's the reason why I absolutely adore G4 whenever, before Mega or Ascension would do their draft. So I'm just looking forward to his picks. And now we see G4 in the Lissandra this time around, stepping a little bit back. A lot of pressure being put onto Rocky and Mixed Cross this time around, as he's going to be playing the Lissandra in the mid lane.
Yeah, so Lissandra coming out. It's been a while since we've seen G4 and Lissandra there. It was mainly back in Mega. We saw it once or twice during LST. But we'll have to see here. So we're going to go ahead and get things set for our first game of the day. I'm happy to see this one. I'm happy. I'm happy to see Shinsukai on an actual top laner instead of bloody Soraka. And this time he's going to have the opportunity to prove himself as being a competent top lane against Rocky on his Renekton. It's one of his signature picks. They decided to go for it, and this is the answer that they felt they had on the side of Resurgence. And we'll see whether or not Crow was able to whip the team into shape overnight. As he said, once again, he did not even recognize his own squad compared to how well they've been performing in scrim. So we'll have to see whether or not they are able to change that as we load up into the Rift for Game 1 of Day 2.
Yep, 3. I mean, it's just day number 2, but still, I'm pretty sure Resurgence is looking for that redemption win to boost up for sure their morale coming into the following matches for the next few weekends. So at this point, it's going to be reset for Resurgence and see how they do well against the scary Nova squad that had 3 players from Mega Esports that won a ton of titles from the LST. Let's see how they do.
I see Raven ends up just going for the distortion right away. Going to get that quick ward down. We'll see whether or not Nova actually wants to go for this invade. I believe they tried this against Talon last night as well. I'm just going to go on down. I think they just want to try and push out Resurgence here. Simple ward. That's all they're literally looking for. Nothing too crazy.
Yep. 2 trinket wards on that side near the Raptors. We'll see as they're going to clear that one out. See one with a sweeper already.
Rocky just keeping tabs of the chicken. You know, wants to make sure no one's going to try and steal that one away from Ryan. Deep wards, though, coming out from Resurgence, so they'll be able to track where this Gragas is going to be starting. Goes on toward the top side of the map. We'll see whether or not the Rek'Sai might make an appearance up top if Shinsukai wants to let Rocky push in. He is rather aggressive, so they could maybe look to try and exploit that. Or Gengar, you can always go for a full clear on your red side with Rek'Sai and hit level 3. So we might just see him try and do that and then maybe make an appearance down in bot lane or in the mid lane.
That's true. That is most likely the plan for Gengar. Gengar. Did I just combine Rengar and Gengar?
Like, it's one letter difference.
One letter,
it's
yeah.
not like the end of the world. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, Gengar actually didn't complete the rest of his Krugs. Okay. Pretty sure. Well, that might have been a visual bug on our end.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, he did clear. I was wondering. He goes straight up to the blue. Oh, boy, is Ryan going to be losing out on his blue buffs as the Gragas again?
Yeah. The sad tale of a Gragas.
Yeah, the Gragases yesterday were having some tough time. Haymaker's going to be used up there by Shinsukai. Rocky, I think, still has his stun, and he hasn't even used it at this point. Easy pick up there for Nova. First blood going on over to Rocky.
Super duper clean Shinsukai. Despite, having flash, I don't think it's going to help at all as the two have collided in the top side of the map. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be a different game for RSG. But let's take a look at the replay first.
Well, I don't know why you're trying to, Rocky's baiting this out pretty hard. I think Shinsukai should realize something's going on here.
Yep. Boom. First blood going to Nova. Meanwhile, though, Gengar, did he lose his blue? Oh, wait, no, because he already got the blue.
Yeah, he did lose the blue. Oh, Gengar, you are playing with death here. That's an easy pickup for Ryan. At least gets the flash, and that's why at some point you should just realize you should probably unburrow with the Rek'Sai so you can see who's in front of you. Because, that was totally unnecessary of a flash. Yeah, Resurgence off to another rough start here today.
Absolutely, and here we thought that Ryan was was a little bit behind, but I guess that trip down to top, and as well as watching for Gengar and his blue buff just really spiked towards their favor.
Yeah, and Ryan's just going to continue to gain control here on the top side of the jungle of Resurgence. Gengar is going to have to go back down toward his bot side. Might just go for the Scuttle and try and get some priority when it comes over to the Drake, which will be joining us in about a minute. Look at that. Production fixed. Fix the names, Riku. No longer Fire Dragon. It's now just Inferno.
Fire Dragon sounds cool, though.
Yeah, but we don't say
Fire
Dragon in League of Legends.
That's true.
Oh, Shinsukai. He's got the ward down, so you'll be able to see G4 and them appear. Oh, no, they're going the long way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he figured something was up. We have seen this happen before, though. We know what happens when you try and dive a set. When you're not careful. Let's see. He actually just tries to go toe-to-toe. It's going to be a very late teleport, and he gets rooted. Perfect. CC chain comes through on the side of Nova, and they're able to prevent the Haymaker from going out.
Nova Esports is doing these things insanely clean, and it's so entertaining to watch. And meanwhile, Gengar, not at the right place at the right time, decides to just get a consolation prize in the jungle of Nova Esports. again, Nova Esports really would like to overwhelm the enemy with numbers. Ryan didn't even have to be involved there, aside from just
Like, if you're
stopping
going
the
to teleport,
wave.
you should have teleported now. I'm
That's
not too
true.
sure what the idea was here, coming out from the side of Resurgence, but yeah, easy takedown, easy done, and that's going to be Rocky getting even more further ahead.
Yeah.
That's scary. Have they just swapped? Okay, so Senjukai just went to mid lane to cover. I thought they swapped. I was like, you're bloody kidding me, right?
Well, at this point, Gengar is going to sneakily take the Infernal Drake at this point. No one is nearby to respond to that, as we see RSG has priority in the bottom side of the map at the moment. And meanwhile, though, at least a Rift Herald hasn't spawned yet, so at this point, that's going to be a win for Resurgence.
Yeah, they get themselves the Drake at least. They'll be happy with that. Next one's going to be Ocean, so it means we'll likely either have a Mountain or a Cloud Drake for our soul.
You know, I feel like this is going to be a different game for Resurgence because...
well, they're going against Nova, and
yeah.
Nova, all we saw yesterday was, I'll wait for you to make a mistake.
Exactly.
Which they've been proactive at least, but I don't know if they've necessarily been proactive or it's just been Senjukai making some mistakes up in top lane.
Yeah.
Oh, he ended up going back and buying a Cull. Oh, that's ugly. You never want to see Cull when you're 2 deaths down. That's just not a pretty thing to say.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mid lane, we see Raven get a little bit aggressive on G4. G4 does have ultimate available, though, if Raven's not careful. Oh, G4 is luring him. When they're going to go, hello, there it is. Surprise, it is. Raven, though, looks like G4 was a little uncertain if he actually wanted to go for that. Or he was, I think he was rooted. All right.
Yeah,
Still, I was like, that was a little messy coming out from Nova.
Oh my word.
Oh my.
2 levels.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when Rocky's ahead.
Exactly.
And
And I feel like that was the intention anyways, because most of the lanes are quite safe anyway, so they can chill in the lane. So Ryan would just want to focus on Rocky, unleash the crocodile alligator. Not sure what he actually is. Do not science me on this one, Opal. Or are you going to lecture me?
Are you going to science you?
Science me?
What's been going on in the bot lane? We have not seen anything happen down here. Oh, Mixed Cross is behind. All right, so a little rough. Again, Misfortune is just such a bully when it comes to the lane.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Callista, you want to try and stack up and then you can easily secure with your end.
Ooh.
But yeah, G4 still has yet to go back for a while. He's sitting on a Doran's Ring and a Fairy Charm.
Yeah, meanwhile, tone for Gengar.
Spooky, scary.
Oop!
That's not the way you want to go, Gengar.
Oh no!
That was a little tragic.
Oh well, he took a guess, he took a chance. Apparently Ryan pulled the blue buff near that brush. But yeah, we were talking about how this is going to be a different game where RSG at least have time to farm and transition properly into the mid game, especially that we see Mexi doing having that space to farm properly and even denying a lot from Mixed Cross. So at this point, you know, this is definitely a different scenario for them, except that the biggest pimple on your face would be Rocky in the map, absolutely, when they reach mid-game to late game. Because either he's going to be a team fight monster, where we've seen Nova Esports just demolish at certain points when they came across Talon last night. So I wonder if we're going to see the same Rocky, the same monster Rocky from last night. So now Rift Herald is going to get taken by Nova Esports, no contest whatsoever, as there was no vision coming from RSG at that point. And meanwhile, Gengar, already level 6. Let's see if they're going to do a dive for themselves here in the bottom side of the map. Nicely done chunk from Mexi before the dive. As that's 4 members. Gengar's going to dive in. There's the knock-up. And Mixed Cross is going to get dove upon by the rest of the members from RSG. Pop is the only one left. 3 stacks till the stun. Not going to be enough, as we see RSG take 1 kill at least. Nova Esports, in the meantime, decides to unleash the Rift Herald over there. There's a showstopper, not able to cancel. Nicely done cast prediction on the flash. There's the shield. Shinsekai is going to survive, but just imagine if the ult was just a second later, then I bet the channel for the Rift Herald would have been cancelled.
Yeah, with that, that's going to be first tower taken in top lane on the side of Nova.
Whew. Getting one charge in, boom. Value. Value right there. But the dive from earlier, I felt like they could have gotten popped there, but at least they managed to get a couple of stacks on the turret plate at least, and one kill. So they made, yeah. Mixed Cross having a nightmare.
There's nothing Mixed Cross can really do there. You get literally everything thrown at you. It's a little disgusting. A little disgusting. Not a whole lot you can do there. So.
I know. It's super tough.
Yeah. Apologies, stream. I know I went missing for a hot minute there. I was making sure. I heard some complaints in chat, so I want to check something. So
okay.
I think we're good now. I think everything's good.
Awesome sauce.
We love you, chat. I'm trying to do what we can do best here. Nova, though, they're still trying to position toward Raven. Let's see.
Yeah, tons of vision around Nova Esports. I mean, Nova Esports' vision is just really great, but now Dragon's gonna get started.
Yeah, Dragon started here by RSG.
Oh.
Pop wants to go for a re-engage. Teleport going to be coming out from Rocky. That's going to be a big crocodile coming on down. Dennis almost goes down. Bullet time hits absolutely nothing there from Mexi. Casket's going to destroy Dennis, and he is just singled out. G4 going to pick up his first kill of the game with a quick and easy Q. And meanwhile, Shizukai got solo killed by Rocky in top lane.
Oh no, and now that's open as well. So they have two problems to deal with. Rocky being unleashed already in the top side of the map, and Nova just being everywhere, especially at the bottom side. So, whew. RSG being very proactive, but at the moment it's like, is it going to be enough? Because the gold lead, Nova has a 3,000 gold lead at this point, and we'll see what the adjustments are going to be for RSG.
Let's take another look here on over. Okay, so yeah, Shizukai tried to stop the teleport. I was wondering where Rocky was. And yeah, that's an easy, quick pickup going down. Shizukai can't actually stop. He's 2 levels down. That's a rough time. That's a bit rough.
Super rough, and even destroying the second outer tower already in the top lane. So Shinsekai, again, having a rough time for all of these three matches so far that we've seen in the PCS. And now he has, the picks that he has been cycling through from Soraka to Ornn and now to Aset, not very sure what the plan was, especially it's against Rocky here on Renekton, because, you know, Raya just practically camped that lane and made a whole mess for Shinsekai.
Yeah. Shinsekai at this point, you're sitting down, what, 40 CS? It's a rough one. It's a rough one here so far. Mixed Cross, he's at least gotten himself his bow now, so he's going to start doing a little bit of extra attacks. So he gets a little bit more mobility, but he won't be able to contribute to a team fight like Misfortune will until he has about 3 items. Once you have the Hurricane and everything hooked up there. Oh, Raven, I'd be a little bit concerned here. That's the CC chain going on down, and Pop going to go fishing for the last hit. Hey, there it is. He catches himself a very quick and juicy LeBlanc for breakfast. As Pop able to snipe him on down.
Beautifully done by Pop. Actually very scary if you give him access to all of these skill shot hook champions, Thresh, Nautilus, Blitzcrank, and the timing is so perfect as well, though that control ward didn't do much because everyone was already speeding up to the mid lane, and that timing from G4 to bait out a lot from Raven worked out so well. Transition to a take on that mid lane tower, and things are opening up even more for Nova Esports.
Yeah, Nova Esports now sit themselves at a 4,000 gold lead over Resurgence. Going to be feeling pretty good here now. And actually what I've been liking from Nova is they've been a bit proactive. They're not waiting for Resurgence to step out of line. They're actually just starting to roam at this point and just laying down the vision, trying to catch out members when they can, and it's working very well for them.
That's true. All of these dives transitioning into objectives, taking a tower, and just putting RSG even more behind in the game. Nova Esports dictating the pace and very confident in their movements and their calls. So it's beautiful to watch, especially now that since the map is open, we'll see where Rocky decides to go. There is still one first-tier tower in the bottom side of the map, but I suppose everyone has their eyes on that top side with that Rift Herald in that area.
And goal difference you guys can see on the bottom of your screen. Now creeping up to that 5,000 gold lead at 15 minutes in favor of Nova. The RSG here. We stop this bleeding. They put Sensekai on the other side of the map from Rocky. That's a start for now, but that's going to be Rift Herald started up here on the side of Nova. Unfortunately, Gengar can't get in there. He'd be going to his death, so that's going to be Shelly going in favor once again of Nova. And with the tower already taken in bot lane, there isn't a whole lot for Sensekai to even pick up here.
That's true, actually. And
They're
now
not
Rocky.
Get anything back?
Yeah, Rocky is forced to just respond to that. But I guess the mission is, since it's so pushed. I mean, Sensekai is quite behind, so it's going to be tricky whenever he wants to join these fights later on. So I suppose, yes, it is definitely the correct call for Shinsekai at this point. Now they're going to reset, get ready for the next dragon to spawn. But now with an additional Rift Herald in the hands of Nova Esports, most likely they do probably want to hit that mid or maybe the first-tier tower in the bottom side of the map, as that's the only outer tower that is still left standing in RSG.
Strauss going to go ahead, get that in the mid lane, get a little bit more farm in his pocket. We're going to have Cloud Drake spawning up, as it is going to be the Cloud Soul for our first game of the day. For Nova, they'll happily take some extra cooldown reduction on their ultimates. Gengar still on the top side of the map. He's actually zoned away.
Raven, though.
Oh, this is mean. So Raven went up to the top side. Showing top side, that's going to instantly make the call be down towards his bot lane, where they just try and siege in on a second-tier tower. Raven, sure, you were able to stop that back, but your bot lane is about to get sieged on here by the Rift Herald, and Shinsekai can't actually stay, or else you'll get dove by Rocky. Rocky don't care.
Next he decides, nope, I'm not going there.
Shinsekai, you need to get out of there. Yeah, I'd back off there, bud. Dennis can't help ya.
Oh my, that was close. But still a lot of respect from Rocky not to dive that. Still no information where the rest of the members from RSG decides to go for the objective instead. So Nova Esports having a lot of comfy spots in the map now that bottom side is open. No inner tower already in that area. So once Baron spawns, that gives them more space for that top side objective later on.
G4 are going to continue to just clear this out on towards the top side of the map. Lots of pings coming out here from Nova. They know that RSG might be trying to position for a dive onto G4. G4 does have his ultimate. He's got a decent amount of wave clear. Yeah, they can dive him.
Yeah. It's Lissandra. G4 is totally fine. Proto Belt in, what do you call this, off cooldown still, but with the wave clear, he's going to be dandy. And at this point, Shinsekai at least has that safe area to keep farming and catch up with the loss that he experienced earlier in the game, the first few minutes of the game. So, but still, it's going to be very tricky as the wave is slowly building up in the bottom lane. And that's going to be a headache, as you can see Rocky slowly moving toward that area as well.
Cross Pop still pushing in. You're going to see now Nova try and push in toward the top side of the map, try and get control over this blue buff, deny that one away from Raven. Gengar! Oh my lord, that's a lot of spooky red ghosts. Oh, Raven?
Oh.
Ah, nah, he got denied. Ryan was quick on the smite. I thought he was being tricky. Let's see.
All right. The jungle defense didn't work out so well for RSG, and now Nova Esports has conquered this area as they are looking for picks.
Got guts. Like, I'll give it to... he's got tunnels, so he can get over the wall. But still, I'm like, you had some guts to stay in your jungle, bud.
Yeah, I mean, they have a ton of CC locks in Nova Esports' composition. I'm so worried. I thought that was something.
Still, though, with that on the demolish, that should be the tower going down as well, and Nova find themselves another one here.
Oh, okay, so Raven will probably get that tether in on towards G4, but he's a Lissandra. He's going to be fine. As Rocky still continues to dominate that bottom side of the map. Wow.
Rocky's like pulled ahead of the pack. He's about 2,100 gold ahead of the highest member, that being Mexi on the side of Resurgence. After that, it's Raven, and he's got almost a 3,000 gold lead. This is a big croc. Like, Rocky, he's a big boy. He's 3 levels on Sensekai. Oh my word.
Okay, yeah. Better keep your distance.
And I know chat was wondering, you know, why do you like to play Renekton? It's not the region. It's Rocky.
It's Rocky.
Rocky loves Renekton. Let that be known right now. Rocky is a bloody amazing Renekton. He's just gonna go in for a quick and easy dive. You can see already shredding down the health bar. Haymaker's gonna be used. Nova are able to keep the pressure going. Raven's just split pushing as LeBlanc in the side lane, but guess what? Your Siege is now coming in on the side of Nova. Are you going to try and be able to take this 3v3, or do you go for a 3v4? Pop is going to be roam on over.
Okay.
There it goes, the engage coming in from the cast into the bullet time. Not a whole lot of damage, though, as the tower, it does survive, but it was messy on the side of Resurgence to hold on.
Yeah, there's going to be another wave coming in to see if they can Siege for the second time around. Ultimates have been blown on RSG side with bullet time gone, and as well as Brahm's ultimate. So at this point, Nova can definitely take this tower, no sweat, even engage.
Engage comes in. Pop going to drop the dredge line. It's going to get the knock up over on. G4 jumps into the middle, but he's not able to use his ultimate just yet. Ends up proto-belting to the side. Showstopper though into the back line. Almost takes down Mixed Cross, but he self-survive. And there we go. Raven wants to go back in for the re-engage. Nova, though, 5 members strong, will be able to take down the inhibitor at 21.5 minutes.
All right, Raven still trying to catch them and at least lay on some poke, but that's going to be the retreat from Nova Esports as the next dragon is going to spawn, and as well as Baron is up. That's definitely the next objective for Nova Esports to take, to slowly, or not slowly, to just continue on with their lead as they're already dismantling the base of RSG. And let's take a look at that fight over here. Nova Esports with a very, they're very patient with their ult usage, so they managed to put it on the right targets and try again once after that fight during their siege earlier.
So now 1-6, Nova 6,000 gold ahead, the inhibitor down in the bot side. Perfect position for them if they want to start pressuring toward the Baron. They can look to close out this match here.
For sure, with Nova Esports in a very comfy spot as a 6K gold lead for the Thailand team. And again, Nova Esports are going to do this textbook styles for sure. Not anything too fancy. We haven't seen the dive in your face Rocky just yet. Still sticking with a squad.
I don't know. I think he's ready to do it.
Yeah, he's ready, and I feel like he's excited.
Once he gets the Jarms completed there, he'll be perfect. The Sterix gauge, apologies. Once he gets that complete, yeah, no, that Renekton's going to be jumping in. He's also got, I believe he is now at 40 or 50% cooldown reduction when it comes to his ultimate. I would have to double check. He's got 20 on CD. Okay, I think he's missing 10 CDR for that. But still, he's sitting on 40 CDR on his ultimate already. Similar to, I believe, Ryan is getting pretty high up there on the CD as well. So everyone on Nova, those ultimates are going to be frequently up when it comes to these team fights. Raven tries to go for a snare. He's trying to be sneaky. He's trying to, you know, pop a surprise, be a magician. But unfortunately, it's not working out here.
Yep, and at least the scouting, the patrol from Raven, they now have a good idea on where they are and what they intend to do. But the problem is there are a bunch of super minions already climbing towards that Nexus tower already, and now they're forced to defend. And because of that pressure in the bottom side of the map, they have to see whether or not they can try something in the Baron pit. I'm not very sure. I mean, it is going to be the perfect place to do a bullet time when everybody is inside that pit. So it's kind of now or never kind of deal for RSG. Or we'll see if they can get a smite steal on this one. Opal.
See, Nova, they got themselves the Ren secure as well as a smite available. Pop is being that front line. That's going to be a teleport in coming out from Senskai on toward the front line. Rocky's taken down to about half health. He's going to get tagged over, but guess what? They just go ahead and jump in onto Raven. Bullet time, not able to find their targets. Pops goes in for the re-engage. Double knockup from the Nautilus. Pop tanking up his health. Dennis is doing so much. Mix Cross, though, he's got no target selection. He's going to get taken down. Mexi goes in for the flash after getting the double kill, but with that, it's only going to be those members falling. They might get Gengar, but he's able to survive, and Resurgence come back to life in the mid-game.
Let's go! Look at that. RSG showing signs of life. They were patient. They waited for the prime moment where Nova Esports was trying to get that Baron. It was the perfect opportunity, and they managed to patiently execute this correctly, but Nova,
Rocky. Oh, he's a hungry gator. Is that enough to actually dissuade RSG from going for Baron? Rocky, the solo man, is enough of a scary crocodile. Meanwhile, look at the bot lane, because now you have your base being crashed in by super minions on the side of RSG. They didn't lose the Nexus Tower, but let's take a look at this fight, because it was a bit chaotic to start off.
It was super chaotic, and they had their eyes on Rocky. All they had to do was really try to zone and peel for Mexi. He was trying to reposition so many times. Mexi was like, is it safe to bullet time yet? Is Rocky away from me? But at this point, Nova Esports tried to re-engage because RSG kept repositioning, so it was hard to finish off the low health targets because of so much mobility on RSG's side. So Rocky is the only one left because all they had to do is try to zone him away.
I've seen this again. Nova, they say, all right, let's go ahead, round 2.
RSG part 2.
3,000 on the Baron. Here we go. Mix Cross into the backside. Here we go. It goes on over to Nova. That's a huge showstopper, though. But guess what? Pop and the rest of the squad, Rocky, they aren't afraid to take a fight, and RSG are getting shredded. It's going to be a quadra kill coming out for Rocky.
That's clean. That's going to be double teleports with bottom open. And death timer super low. Nova Esports are looking to finish this game. And I really thought RSG had a chance there. But Nova Esports knew what to do the second time around in that Baron pit.
Yeah, Nova, with that, are going to look to finish off the game here. First game of day 2 going in favor. And they find themselves their first win when it comes to the PCS. And Resurgence falls 0-3.
Whew, Nova Esports super proactive in the first few minutes of the game. You can see like the players felt really, really good after that. It was a tiring match for sure since the last clash. I thought RSG would have, stabilized themselves and try another day and maybe turn things around, but it was just so difficult because Rocky was already ahead, and as long as they're together and they find the carries, as long as Rocky finds that dive, it's just everyone just bursts into flames and combusts.
No, Rocky didn't care what ended up happening there. He likes jumping into the back of the back line and just, says, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna just take your, take your everything.
Take your everything. That's
that was
really
brutal. That was amazing though, coming out from the side there. On Nova, they were able to find themselves the victory, and of course we'll go ahead and take a look at our post-game stats here quite shortly, as well as our final replay and likely our final team fight around that Baron.
Yeah, that was
for Resurgence. It was close.
Yeah,
it was close on the the first Baron fight. They were able to do pretty well, but they just weren't able to replicate the second one.
Yeah, sadly, because I think Rocky's idea on the first clash, first team fight was, I'm gonna go enter from the side and see if I can catch the ADC. But the difference at the second time around, it was more like, okay, hey, I'm gonna be with my squad this time around, and I'm gonna have G4 and as well as Pop do heavy CC for me. And Mexi was just available for the taking as well. Well, Bullet Time though managed to at least deal a good amount of damage, but it definitely wasn't enough.
Yeah, not too sure what their plan was overall. They really wanted to try and get Mexi in for that bullet time, but it just, again, the bullet times for Mexi have not been too convinced recently, unfortunately. So, again, they are going to fall here. 27 minutes goes in favor of Nova. Now for Resurgence, question, okay, you're now lost your first 3 games of the PCS. Get a little concerning. Yeah. Considering you've lost against now 2 of the other Southeast Asia squads where you were considered to be on the same footing. now you're going to have to go against some of those former LMS teams. This is going to get a little scary.
Yeah, super duper scary for RSG, I guess. But Nova Esports, totally, I think they're showing more confidence for sure in coming into this match. So from yesterday, I'm pretty sure it's a confidence booster, as they almost won that one. Didn't win that one. This time around, they get their first win for the PCS.
Yeah, and we'll see who our MVP is going to go over to. I have a feeling it's going to go over to Rocky, personally.
Yeah. It'd be weird if it went to someone else, because Rocky was just so, like, felt everywhere, literally. Gave a headache to everyone.
Yeah, Rocky, he's pretty proud there.
Yeah.
He's going to be getting our MVP for Nova on their first victory. Perfect KDA, sitting at 9 overall, was involved with over 3/4 of the team fights, and also picking up a nice damage share of 35%. That was a beautiful performance coming out from him.
I mean, at this point, do we really want to see, I mean, for the teams that are going to fight Nova Esports, do we really want to see Renekton again on Rocky? Like, that is the biggest question for me. Or people will still be confident enough to know how to get around and just camp Rocky and not let him do the Rocky things.
The Rocky things.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't see. That's the question. Do you have to waste a ban on
That's
Nova
true.
when it comes to having to play up against Rocky? Do you just try and pick try and have something?
Pick your Renekton, yeah.
Pick your Renekton. I don't know. I think Rocky's able to handle that side of the matchup. Personally,
That's true.
Oh,
I
boy.
agree.
But I know for us, our next match coming up, Riku, we're going to be having ourselves a bit of a tussle between J-Team and Hong Kong Attitude. So that one should be pretty spicy, to say the very least. We'll see whether or not which one of these teams can actually pick up their first win. J-Team were unable to secure it against AHQ, and Hong Kong Attitude ended up losing out to Liab yesterday. So both of these squads, similar to what we saw earlier today, they're also looking for a victory for themselves.
Yep, for sure. That's why I'm looking forward to this upcoming match. So I don't know what's going to happen, as they do have history organization-wise, and some of the players have already went head-to-head in the LMS, so that's why it's going to be really cool.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we come back, though, it's going to be more action from the PCS. We'll stick around.